Has us screwed, and Meg's is screwed, because it's just a matter of time now before their titles get removed. Prince Andrew's titles had to be removed alongside Sarah Ferguson's, of course. When I say removed, I mean, we know what we mean. It's just very shorthand for it. But for me, first and foremost, I think it is a practice run for when Prince William finally removes Hazza and Meg's titles. Now they've done it with Andrew, they know what to do next. Now they've got the mechanics in place to remove Hazza and Meg's titles. What do you think to that, first and foremost, guys?
I feel like the palace missed the mark on this one. And let me just say, I said that today during my live and people got mad, but I feel like they missed the mark because they had the perfect opportunity to say, we're going to remove everybody from the website that's not a working royal. And they could have removed Andrew, Harry and Meghan, and Harry and Meghan couldn't have complained and said, look, they're bullying us. It's very simple. If you're not a working royal, you're not on the website. They had the perfect opportunity. And instead, what did they do? They left him on there as Prince Edward. And the last time I checked line of succession, he's still listed as Duke of York. So they haven't even fixed it. They had the perfect opportunity to remove them as counselors of state also, because obviously Andrew no longer qualifies. And while they're in there, they can say, listen, Harry doesn't have a UK domicile. He doesn't qualify. They missed the mark on this one.
I mean, I'm going to come from a different place. I mean, I feel a lot of people are like blaming King Charles. Everyone's upset with him. It's like he hadn't do it. I mean, we have to remember the late Queen probably had all this stuff in place before she passed away. She probably went to King Charles and told him, like, if anything bad is about to come out, let Andrew be the one to walk away from this. I don't want you to strip his titles. I don't want you to embarrass him. You got to remember, he's still my kid. I mean, I know I come from a different place, but it's like, I don't know, maybe my half Italian side is coming out, but it's like, I don't know. There's like loyalty in the family where it's, we all, of course, us from a different perspective across the pond want to go, yeah, strip his titles, you know, but maybe the late Queen really did say something to King Charles. Well, before she passed away,
and say I understand what you're saying, but I don't agree.
I don't
That's
agree.
Fine. That's fine. That's why we're all here, Michelle.
Right, I know, but we have two sides of the royal family, and I love you. So we have the firm and the family. But at the end of the day, I like King Charles, but you are the king.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, you need to step up to the plate, do the job, or step aside. I'm sorry. I'm tired of the excuses. Well, he has cancer. Okay, the Queen had cancer the last 2 years of her life. She was still the Queen. So again, I like King Charles, but we need to stop making excuses for people with bad behavior and say, well, he was a war hero. He didn't speak out about the royal family. So what? Does that excuse all the crap that this man?
I never came down on the war heroes.
No, I know. But it doesn't excuse their bad behavior that is putting the royal family in a house of ill repute and is damaging the future of the monarchy. So we need to quit pacifying this man and get them the hell out of the UK. I'm sorry. Don't pass go. Take Fergie with you. Get out of Windsor. No excuse. There is no excuse. And so I do believe that that is a blueprint for Prince Harry and for Meghan Markle. We can't put around and say, make excuses. Well, the Queen really wanted to look out for Andrew. The Queen is no longer here. We're 3 years later. We need to face reality that he is damaging the monarchy. Period.
Andrew was the Queen's favorite child.
It doesn't matter if he was the favorite. He was also.
No, I'm just saying.
I know. I'm just saying
too.
It's like my grandma has passed away, but I still respect the things that she told me before she left, and I still abide by them. So Michelle, obviously, Michelle's one of my good friends, like obviously, but we can agree to disagree on this.
Right.
Like there is family, and I'm just coming from a different perspective, and that's fine, and that's why we're all here, and we can disagree. But I'm saying, like in my heart of hearts, I think he really does not want to be the one to do it. Is he going to let Prince William do it? Yeah. Let Prince William do it. You know why? Because obviously King Charles, in a way, is the buffer. He's the guinea pig right now because when King William comes in, all hell's about to
But
break
can we
loose.
wait a decade? Can we wait 5 years?
We're not gonna wait
I
a
don't think we're going to
decade.
be
We're
waiting
not.
that long, sadly,
But what I'm
Michelle.
saying-
I
Yeah,
really,
and-
really don't.
No.
But what I'm saying is, I think King Charles needs to step up to the plate. Don't throw it on William. He needs to do the job while he's the king. Period. Don't put it on William. That's my perspective. I know it's his brother.
He'll
but
take it.
He'll still be his brother, but you can get rid of the dukedom, even and strip him off. He has a palace in Dubai. You guys, this guy is going to be living on food stamps.
You know what?
Palace in Dubai, another castle in Scotland, another rich family's like, oh, we're going to help Andrew.
He's not going to go. He wants to stay in London near his daughters. And what's going to happen
Well-
is he's either going to have to go to Balmoral or Sandringham, which are the king's private
I think
residences.
he's going to go further.
Well,
Or
actually,
he's going to have to go onto Windsor property, but then he'll have to pay rent, which he probably can't afford. And he can't go to Windsor Castle. And then that just
William's not going to let him on Windsor Castle.
Right, and then
guys, though, let me just stop you there because new reports are coming through here in the UK that the king wants to send Andrew and the Yorks basically up to Scotland. Give him a castle in Scotland, and that's it. Which actually makes sense. If you want him proper out of the way, you want him out of London, you want him out of England. Send him
isn't
up
that
to Scotland.
castle also very
Queen
remote?
Mothers. Yeah, so it was the Queen Mothers. The Queen
He
Mothers.
could walk around and not have to worry about the paparazzi hounding him.
Yeah.
And, I mean,
Prince William wants him off of Windsor, and I don't blame him because where his new house is, they're too close. He wants that man out. So I believe that you're correct. He's either going to go to Scotland. There's also talk of him going to Dubai. Remember, King Juan Carlos from Spain lives in Dubai. All the rich people who get in trouble, you go to Dubai because you don't get in trouble. But he has a palace there. So I think Dubai or Scotland, and Fergie, I've heard she's might be going to Switzerland, but I think those two are going to leave the UK. That's my prediction.
Well, and I'm going to chime in a little differently here because, and please understand, we'll talk more at one of our slumber parties. I was so defiant growing up. So as my parents tried to tell me this is how the world works, basically, this is human nature, this is how society works. You've got to know these things, be who you are, but this is how it works. I was so rebellious. And so what I'm seeing here, let me ask you ladies this. If they were to do everything right now, one fell swoop, strip everything, kick them out, all this stuff, then what do you think the public is going to want the palace to do about Andrew should any more about his misdeeds come out? 48 laws of powers.
It's not should, it will. There's a heck of a lot more that's coming out.
Exactly what I'm saying. So if they do this too fast, this is 48 laws of power. You implement change, you have to do it slowly, okay? There's no doubt this is coming, but they're doing it very much in a chess-like mode, in my opinion, from what I've seen, which is, hey, this is coming out. He tried it his way. Andrew goes, no, I'll just go do this great interview and everything will back off. And then they went, way to go, Andy. You really put your foot in this one.
Andrew wants us to
I love
believe
it when
that
you
he's
guys
the one
try and do a
receiving.
British accent.
Yeah, exactly.
You should hear Andy try it.
I want to say,
You're just like Eliza Doolittle.
I want to say,
Proper like Eliza Doolittle, yeah.
Eliza Doolittle.
Totally. But this is the thing, right? Let's get on to this whole what they're going to do next. So first off, going on to Hazard's reaction, essentially, the story goes that they're referencing what he wrote essentially in Spare, right? Which was essentially that despite being involved in an embarrassing scandal, accused of having sexually abused a young woman, nobody has suggested removing his security. People may have a lot of grievances towards us, but these offences weren't one of them. Essentially, he's absolutely miffed that he's been able to, titles removed, this, that, and the other, blah, 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 but he's still getting an element of security that Hazard wants. Why is that? And then moving on, Hazard's reaction to this is going to be even worse for him, right? Because on this channel here, guys, I've been reporting over the couple of years this removal of titles bill, which all of a sudden has been resurrected thanks to, let's be real here, Prince Andrew. And so they're actually now trying to push this through Parliament. So a lot of you guys have said it'll take an act of Parliament for Harry and Meghan's titles to be removed. Here's the answer right here. they're just using Prince Andrew first and foremost as the guinea pig to get this through, remove his title, and then Hazza and Megxi are next. And for those that aren't familiar with this particular bill, it's essentially going to give the monarch, whether that's King Charles or King William, the power to remove through their own initiative the title. So they won't have to essentially consult really with anyone else. Might be following a recommendation of a joint committee of Parliament or the request of the person who holds the title and for connected purposes. It's already gone through the first reading. It's now at its second reading. So not only is Hazza absolutely angry that Prince Andrew was still somehow able to maintain his security for so long, but he ain't going to be too happy with this removal of titles bill being resurrected. So this is why I said it's not a matter of if they take any more action, but when.
Right.
Andrew's titles are definitely going bye-bye, swiftly followed by Hazza and Megxi once Prince William becomes king. There are already reports saying that Prince William has met behind the scenes with members of Parliament to start putting the mechanics in place for him to be able to do that. And it looks like this is the mechanics right here, the removal of titles bill. What do you guys think?
Let me jump in first. And first of all, I love all these ladies. It's all love here, but it's a good, lively debate. It's good for the ratings. Hit that like button. Steph's doing amazing.
Oh, God.
Please, for the love of God, send Steph a birthday.
That's right.
Please.
Let's get those views and those things up. But no, we're all good here. We love each other, but it's good to have a difference of opinion.
I think
Tell you guys well.
I, for one, think this is an example of why they pacified this man for 3 years, and now more crap is coming out, and so they need to nip it in the bud. And I love King Charles, but sir, step up to the plate. Get that, get the, work with the letters patent, whatever it is. Don't push it on William, because they're turning him into the bad guy. And I don't like that, but he is the man who is the future. They are holding that monarchy, the Wellses family. So don't put it all on him. I wish King Charles would make that difficult decision. I know it's his brother, but again, the man's going to go to another mansion. He's got millions of dollars. The man is not going to be living a poor life because he can't have his hunting parties and he can't walk around this huge house. He can no longer afford. Let's be honest. He can no longer afford Travel Lodge or whatever it was. So I believe King Charles should step up and be the king. And the queen made difficult decisions when she was the queen with her sister and telling her who she couldn't marry. She loved her sister, but she was the queen. So
Michelle,
you have to make difficult decisions with your family, especially ones who are breaking the law and are putting
allegedly
putting the monarchy in repute. So for preservation purposes, I think he needs to do what needs to be done. No one's going to think badly of him. As a matter of fact, many people are really upset with King Charles for not doing it. So I understand his point of view. He was protecting his brother. It's been 3 years, and look what happened. It's worse.
The problem is this, Michelle, where in America things are done quickish, right? In the UK, it's at a glacial pace, and I mean a glacial pace. A lot of the things that need to be done to Andrew, given everything that he's done and all the damage he's done to the monarchy, does require not only the actions of the monarch, but the actions of Parliament as well. And I'm telling you this right now, it'll be Parliament that's slowing up the proceedings.
You don't think they would jump on board, Steph, considering the fact that Hasballs is now trying to sue again for security?
Hasballs.
I mean, my goodness, right? He's such a
He's
joke.
not trying to sue again for
Well, he's trying to
security.
have
He's just
people look
written
at
to
it,
the new
right.
Home Secretary, thinking that because it's a new Home Secretary, he's going to get a different answer. He's not.
Right.
He's going to be told to piss off yet again, right? Because the
He's
UK
like a
does
dog
not have
with a
any
bone.
money.
He's like a dog with a bone. It's like, freaking give it up. It's over. Stop.
But don't you think Parliament would be open to making it happen? Because the Andrew situation's not a good look.
Yeah, they are
Not
open to
Lowry's
making it
focus.
happen, hence the resurrection of this bill right here. But as you can see, there is a long way to go. we're at the second reading, then it goes to committee stage, then the report stage, then the third and final reading, then it goes to the House of Lords. So where you guys have the representatives and the Senate, it's kind of the same setup that we've got over here as well. But we've got the House of Commons and then the House of Lords. It can ping back and forth between the House of Lords and the House of Commons. So if the House of Lords disagrees with something that the House of Commons is trying to push through in the bill, the House of Lords will go back to the House of Commons and says, redo this part, and then vice versa. So there'll be maybe a little bit of ping pong action when it comes to a bill, but then once both houses agree to it, then it goes to the final stages, which is then where King Charles does the royal assent. He signs it, goes into law.
Could it be that this is why they're saying they want to give the king the ability to take titles? Like they're saying he could take the prince title with a simple letters patent. So now not only is he probably going to lose the dukedom, but they're saying they want the prince title removed as well. And of course, it's all out in the news that Andrew's like, that's my birthright. You can't do that. Actually, he can.
Yeah.
And I'm saying, if I've read the article correctly, what they're saying is they want to give the king the ability to remove dukedoms without having to go through parliament at this point.
He should.
So he should have the ability to do it on his own. That's what I read in the. I could read it wrong, but that way, because William, it's already being said, the second he's king, he's removing the prince and princess titles from Harry and Meghan's children.
So maybe King Charles is paving the way, like Steph said. Maybe they're starting the process. It could be a 2 or 3 year process, right? So
Say
it could be a very long
everybody?
process.
I mean, best case scenario, you're talking a year's process. That's the best case scenario. And the letters patent, right? Tiff, I'll get to you in a moment, love. But the letters patent is, there's a bit of a misconception with that. So everyone references the George V, 1917 letters patent. What it actually did was restrict the usage of who could style them as HRH, prince or princess. And so what this removal of titles bill is going to do is it's going to be a lot more explicit. A lot more explicit. Instead of just restricting who can use a title and who can't, which is, what the royal family have tried to do. They failed with Harry and Meghan. They're now trying it with Prince Andrew another way. What they're now trying to do is be like, look, the letters patent isn't enough. These agreements aren't enough. The monarchy, the king or queen has to now have the power to be able to remove the titles no matter what. If the monarch has the power to be able to gift a member of the royal family a dukedom or whatever, then at the same time, there should be the mechanics that the monarchy has, specifically the king or queen, to be able to remove it at the same time without having to have an act of parliament for it to go through. And this is where this removal of title bills come through. Tiff, what did you want to say, hon?
So I just wanted to tell all of you what my train of thought was when this all came out last week. My first thought is I think other stuff, bad stuff is coming out because I don't think Andrew would agree unless he's backed in a corner. Second thought is, to me, this seems like the opposite of what happens when a president in the US is about to go out and they start pardoning people. They do it because there aren't so many repercussions. And I hate to say it, but to me, it seems we're getting close to the end and King Charles is now taking more drastic action. That's what it signifies to me. And I hope that I'm wrong, but I feel this is paving the way for William to start with a clean slate, and King Charles is bolder about it because a lot of bad stuff is coming out and because perhaps it's getting really close to the end. And I hate to say that, but that was the impression that I got.
Well, Harry can't keep his mouth shut about it.
Yeah.
He goes on BBC and he says, my dad doesn't have much more time. I mean, he's singing like a canary.
He also said his dad wanted him and the grandchildren dead. I mean, the guy's
but Azza in his book Spare pretty much turned around and said he wanted his dad dead when he sent that drone over. I mean, come on.
Dude.
But
What
I just
an
want to
absolute psycho.
say one more thing about this subject. I mean, we have to remember too, Andrew came out and said, this is my decision.
Yeah, right.
I would love, guys, in a perfect world, I would love if Prince Harry came back, divorced that lunatic, and said, I'm doing this. So William does not have to get this on his shoulders, and there's no blood on his hands. Please, God, please,
That's
Harry.
not going to happen for a couple more years because
I'm just
Meghan's
saying
gonna hit that
optimist.
10
I'm trying to be an
year-
optimist here.
Yeah.
10-year
I'm not.
mark.
I'm not Nancy, Sue. I'm not Nancy.
I know. I just feel like she's going to hit that 10-year mark for the marriage for California law.
I understand what you're saying, but I'm hoping that he will not put this on his brother. Just go and fess up, man. Just be
He'll
like,
never do it.
I don't want
He'll
titles.
never do it. He'll never
He's
do
too
it.
entitled. This is
Yeah.
the same man who is suing a tabloid because they reported correctly that he wanted the taxpayers to pay for his security. Remember, he had that whole BS. Oh, I want to hire the Metropolitan Police. I want to pay for it.
Yeah.
And then he
Yeah.
literally sat there and said, well, I'm entitled to it. It's my birthright. They should pay for me. I'm fifth in line to the throne. Him and Andrew are both the spares. You know, there's always problems with the spares. They're very, very entitled. And that is why we need to have those titles removed. So therefore you won't have to worry about it anymore. You're just Harry Windsor, or whatever the hell your name is. I mean, you're not a working royal. We're not living in the 1500s where people are constantly passing away. So being fifth in line, eighth in line to the throne, we're pretty safe, hopefully. That
70 is the new
never need
40.
you. Yeah.
70 is the new
Well,
40.
Michelle,
I'm
when you
being
do,
serious. Everyone is living to 100. Like, what do you want? It's like, that's how it is.
Okay.
but Michelle,
Listen-
when you do read Entitled, let me put it this way. You might be thinking, hang on a minute, am I reading about Fergie and Andrew, or am I reading about Hazza and Megxie?
Meghan.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because she's the bed. The parallels between those two is
Yeah.
insane.